So if you see, Adani Gas is the city gas distribution unit of Adani Enterprises. Currently, it has operations in only 4 geographical areas, 2 in Gujarat, 1 each in Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. But so it's a small company so far. But here's the interesting thing. In the recent city gas auction, the company won the most number of licenses. It's bagged licenses for nearly 13 areas on its own, and its joint venture with Indian Oil Corporation bagged licenses for additional 9 areas, taking the total city gas areas to around 35 for the company. On a standalone basis, it has licenses for 17 areas, and its JV with Indian Oil Corporation has licenses for 18 areas, 9 that it won in the recent city gas auction and 9 that it already had. But those 9 are still not operational. So on the back of this 35 licenses that the company has, it is expecting its total sales volume per day to rise nearly 8 times by financial year 2025. So you can see the kind of growth prospect that the company is expecting. Now, Adani Gas would have only 3 listed peers in India. First is Indraprastha Gas Limited, Mahanagar Gas Limited and Gujarat Gas Limited. Now if you see over FY14 to FY18, Adani Gas's revenue saw a degrowth of around 4%, but that was because of slower expansion that the company had done in the past years. But if you see on the operational side, its EBITDA recorded a growth rate of around 21%. It is the highest it has seen among its peers, and it is because of operational efficiencies and because of lower raw material prices. Also, its net profit grew at a higher rate when compared with Indraprastha Gas and Mahanagar Gas. It recorded a growth rate of around 38%. Now for Gujarat Gas, you can see a growth rate of 79% over FY14 to FY18, but that is because of a low base. Now, if you see on the operational side, the company's total sales volume per day, now that increased only 4.3%, which is at a lower rate when compared to its peers, and that is because of the slower expansion of the company. But its unit metrics, that is EBITDA per standard cubic meter, now that grew at a rate of around 16.5%, again highest among its peers. However, the company is still very small, and you can see that clearly on the Q1 numbers of the company. Now, if you see the sales volume per day that the company did in the June quarter ended, it was just 1.4 million metric standard cubic meter. That is nearly half of what Mahanagar Gas does and less than 1/3 of what Indraprastha Gas and Gujarat Gas does. But on the operational side, again, it is one of the most profitable city gas distribution company, as it earns nearly 8 rupees per standard cubic meter on the operational front. Now, if you see on the balance sheet side, the company's total debt on the books for financial year 2018 was close to 300 crore rupees, but that's not much of a concern because its leverage ratio is less than 1 time. So here Indraprastha Gas and Mahanagar Gas are debt-free companies, and Gujarat Gas, which is a government company, has a debt of around 3,300 crore rupees. This is the total debt, and its leverage ratio is 3.8 times. But for Adani Gas, given the kind of expansion plans that the company needs to do for the areas which are not yet operational and for the existing areas, this number could rise going forward.
Interesting. And is there an estimate, Sumit, on what the listing price for Adani Gas could be?
So there are only 3 listed city gas distribution companies, and the average valuations for these 3 companies for financial year 2019, on price to earnings they trade 20 times, on EV to EBITDA they trade at 11.5 times, and on price to book they trade at 4.3 times. So applying backward calculations and on analyzing the Q1 numbers for FY19, according to our estimates, the base case price for Adani Gas could be in the range of 35 to 40 rupees. Now, if it lists at a premium of 20% given the growth prospects that the company has, then the listing price could be in the range of 42 to 48 rupees. And if it lists at a discount of say 20% because of the capex that the company requires going forward, then the listing price could be in the range of 28 to 32 rupees.